Hello, I'm Dynast Amir.
On the table, niggas blow their money.
All right, here we go. And listen, guys, if you have not bought the documentary In Search of Uhuru, please go to searchforuhuru.com and buy the documentary. Again, please go to searchforuhuru.com and support and buy the documentary. Y'all talk about from Hebrews to black folks, wherever the hell the name of the documentary is. Go
Hebrews to Negroes.
Hebrews to Negroes. Listen, go to searchforuhuru.com and support and buy the documentary and search for Uhuru. You purchase it, you stream it, you ain't gotta rent it, it's yours for $10.99. You can stream it on any device, any and all devices, as long as you got a internet connection, Wi-Fi connection, or whatever. So go to searchforuhuru.com and acquire and buy the documentary. Go back to Africa. Go ahead.
Dynast, are your black millionaires stopping people like Offset being killed?
Dynast, do me a favor, Dynast, please, as a friend, can you please share my screen for 1 second, please? Please. Share my screen for 1 second, please. These are the people y'all talking.
Brandon, no one said what you're saying. You love to shift the narrative. How is this stopping Offset? How did all this money that Michael Jackson? You make no sense, and this is what I'm saying. It's hard to talk to you. That's why. Listen, it's hard to talk to you because you keep everything so simple. What the hell does that have to do with people like Offset being killed? I'm sorry, Takeoff being killed. Nothing. You could have all the freaking black millionaires and black home ownership. You're still not stopping these young black kids from not reading at the top reading level. You're not stopping these kids from getting shot in the head in the inner cities. What the hell are you talking about? Keep thinking it's black economics.
One mic. Let's pass it up. Go ahead. Go back to Africa. Go ahead.
What's up, brothers? What's good with y'all? I just want to kind of shed a little light, on Kyrie's situation. I did a video today, but, I think most of us need to recognize what's really unfolding here, and that's the stealing of the black man's voice. It is putting brothers in a corner to be quiet and silent. But, what I like to mention is one of the greatest examples to stand up against a system was Muhammad Ali, who, because they wanted to ostracize him, they wanted to go and condemn him because he did not want to join in the army to serve a country. And they said he was unpatriotic. He was bad-mouthing America, but he stood his ground. They took his belt from him. They kicked him out of boxing. But what did he do? He took it to the Supreme Court. He fought at another level. He did not wait for people to join together and unify, though people did back him up in a sense. But he took it another measure. Our brothers now, we need to be able to become more wiser in the system. We can talk all day long. The one thing that, they're going to give us the freedom to speak is us arguing and debating and fighting against each other. That's the only voice we're going to have, is to condemn and to debate and fight against each other. But I think that we need to be more wiser into the system. If you want to be in the system, become wise of the system. Utilize all sources or resources that you can in order to position or get a footing in the society, like Kyrie Irving or anybody else. Why ain't anybody suing? Why ain't anybody creating a lawsuit against what is happening to themselves? But we're not. So I'm saying that check out Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is a great example of one who did not cower down, that he was willing to sacrifice it all. And he did. They kicked him out of boxing and took his belt. But
why
he won.
Are the Hebrew Israelites defending Kyrie Irving and filing lawsuits and all that? Why isn't the Most High sending lightning bolts from heaven to defend them? This is garbage.
I'm not a Hebrew.
You're
Israelite.
putting You're putting
Brandon, let him finish.
I'm not a Hebrew Israelite.
Let's put the onus on blacks. No, he got out there on that dumb stuff. Just like if you get out there on that dumb stuff and they get you, you're gonna get abandoned by all those. Oh, the faith.
Brandon, let him finish. Let him finish. Go ahead.
Yeah. Brandon on fire tonight. No, I'm just saying that,
what is the use of black people believing in the Most High? Why are you converting?
Bro, can he finish, Brandon?
Sorry.
Shit.
Brandon, I'm not trying to push anybody to believe in the Most High. I'm saying that because you don't believe, don't make it that it doesn't work for somebody else.
We're the same people.
Mention nothing. I didn't mention nothing about the Most High. I didn't mention nothing about the Most High. You brought that up.
We are the same people.
Hey, Brandon, I want to hear.
I'm talking about Muhammad Ali. I don't know where you come the Most High. Where you know, like Gassim Up said, you know, where you coming out of left field somewhere. I'm talking about Muhammad Ali. See, you now want to deflect and ignore that there is one example that was out here who stood his ground that we could probably take note of. That
Who's
you know what?
You're a Hebrew. Muhammad Ali's an African person. You're a Hebrew Israelite.
Why you keep calling me a Hebrew Israelite?
That's what you are.
How you call me a Hebrew Israelite?
I don't see how we separate on Tuesday, but we the same people on Friday.
You've never heard me say I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You never heard me say I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You said you was an African the other day.
Don't let them bait you. Don't let them bait you. Use military tactics on him.
But my thing is this is my point. See, but when I mention one positive black, Brandon's got a problem because
this is why black men go nowhere, because of these type of behaviors.
But I'm saying is that I'm mentioning one positive brother who stood the system, and Brandon wants to skip over that. See, he wants to continue to condemn the brothers and sisters, and as though that we're stupid and ignorant. See, and getting to a place where that's all you want to now recently talk about is condemning. There are brothers and sisters who fought against the system who have actually won. And I want to share that to the panel as well. Muhammad Ali, go to his museum. It's a great museum they have there as well. So check it out. That's my words right there, Don.
Muhammad Ali made a decision not to go to war when he was drafted. He knew the rules like everybody else. And it's like, yeah, they were a president. Listen, bro, people take advantage of the bounty of America. Then when America say, well, these are the rules over here, all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm being persecuted. Listen, bro, you can't have it both ways.
Look, Muhammad Ali fought. He said he wasn't going to war because it was a white man's war. Black people had no business going over there to Korea or to fight against people that he felt as though
he paid taxes that paid for the army to go over there to fight the white man. I don't do that. Black folks love to try to split the hair.
There are white people. Hey, Elvis Presley dodged the draft. So we're okay. All right, now what are you saying?
Right.
Elvis Presley dodged the draft.
He had more pull than Muhammad Ali did.
He didn't lose.
What does this have to do with black people and Kyrie?
Because we're trying to make it seem like Kyrie Irving all of a sudden is being oppressed. And Kyrie Irving lost his job. That's all that happened. He posted something on the internet that the guy who he worked for doesn't appreciate, and he got
Brandon,
fired.
what do you have, or what does anybody on this panel have in common with Kyrie Irving?
I'm asking you a question because if I go post some stuff that my boss feels is against our company's core values, I will be just like Kyrie Irving and fired.
And get fired.
Wait, only difference is no one will try to equate this to my situation, to the struggle, and we got to go fight for Brandon because he got fired.
But Brandon, no one's disputing what you're saying. I'm trying to understand from everybody on the panel, what does anybody have in common with Kyrie Irving? Other than skin color and shared oppression.
Other than being black. That's it.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's what I've been trying to tell you guys. That doesn't mean anything. That's not cohesion.
We're agreeing. We're agreeing. Gaston, me and you agree, bro. I'm with you. This is just black people trying to give honor to their gods that are celebrities. Even though they don't admit it, we worship these people like Kyrie. I think Kyrie's a fucking bum. Kyrie's a fucking bum.
A principle? What if there's a principle at play?
Let me tell you exactly why I will never support Kyrie. Kyrie had an opportunity to do well in Boston. He's been given opportunity after opportunity to get a championship by being a team player. Kyrie Irving is a radical individualist who don't give a shit about nobody.
What makes him radical? Radical?
Because if you leave, okay, they won a title with LeBron, right? What did Kyrie do? He played with LeBron to get titles. He went to Boston, could have got titles. Kyrie Irving says every time he gets on a good team, everything is about, oh, me. Oh, I want to do this, or I don't want to do this. And there's even his teammates come to him, bro, like, we need you to play. We need you to do this. The guy's just not a team player. I guarantee you, if you guys met Kyrie Irving, all the people were like, "Oh, we need to defend him." You probably wouldn't actually like him as a person because the guy has proven time and time again he's the type who puts his own individual opinion over the opinion over the.
Let me say this, Brandon. Brandon, let me
for the better good.
I think you're looking on the defense side as far as people supporting him as an individual instead of looking at the fact that this whole thing of what's happening to him as the color because of him being this black guy will actually spill over into everybody else whose skin color is black.
But we don't support him.
I'm not defending Kyrie as a basketball player. I know nothing about Kyrie. I know nothing about Kanye. But I do know this right here. The message that is sent that's being picked on brothers who are being castrated before the public to silence them will have effect on you and me.
That's not true, Go Black. Here's the problem. Brandon, do you know what you said earlier that was actually it was accurate? One of the things that you said earlier, not to say that you didn't say anything you said was inaccurate, but you said something that was very interesting. You gave a description on how the so-called Israel or Hebrew identity through Moses and so-called escaping Pharaoh allegedly occurred, right? You said that people died according to the story, and those people, their firstborns didn't die, and everybody else said, hey, we're going to ride with you. That is the problem with blackness in the world, but particularly in America. There is no cohesion. So Moses laid down the laws. Moses was the central command, him and Aaron. They were getting their rules allegedly or accordingly from the so-called Most High, right? That creates rules, structures. Now they have commandments, they have the Torah, they have things they have to follow. And that was what I was trying to say. Just telling people to purchase a house, which you should. You should pay your taxes. You should get your C Corp. You should get your S Corp. You should be in some sort of entrepreneurship in business or family business. I'm not against any of that. You should be investing globally in Africa and creating those supply chains with the Caribbean and America. I'm not against any of that. But if you don't have a control and central command of leadership that's giving directives, any person can just smack a random black person, and just because we share the same skin color, everybody runs helter-skelter. You have to have control and say, hey, listen, this is how we conduct ourselves in this community.
No,
and it seems tribal. Yeah, go ahead.
Gas them up. But what I'm trying to explain to everybody is black people don't support Kyrie. Y'all think a bunch of people on here talking about this brother's being oppressed, and we need – that's not support. And that's why I highlighted the Hebrew Israelites, because I was like, look, his own group who believe like him don't even support him in his time of need. What makes you think a bunch of black people who don't give a damn about what he talking about, what he believe, nothing?
Kyrie's not a Hebrew Israelite.
Bruh, listen to what I'm telling you.
When did he come out and say he was a Hebrew Israelite?
What I'm
He's
telling
not
you.
a Hebrew Israelite.
Listen. So guess what he should do? He shouldn't share things about stuff he don't know about, because the African brother who got up here was right. I watched the documentary. None of you guys have, except for Experience Liberia. They did quote Nazi sources, and it did. Let me tell you one thing I noticed about that documentary. They did reference to some anti-Semitic stuff.
You owe me an apology.
Wait, hold on.
Me a liar.
No, what I'm saying is I don't. They did. Listen, let me tell you what they did. Let me tell you what they did. True Hebrew Israelite tactics. They did some passive aggressive anti-Semitic attacks in that documentary. I watched it. I saw. So when the Jewish people came out mad, I'm not going to say they're totally wrong, because if you watch the documentary, which none of you will, but you'll make a conclusion, he didn't even say nothing. Kyrie probably didn't watch that long ass garbage.
I interviewed Ron Dalton. I interviewed and talked to him.
Did you watch his documentary?
But gentlemen, what does this have to do with redefining what blackness is so we can have cohesion?
I'm supporting you, gassed them up. What I'm telling you is black people don't even take the time to look at the source material to know why the Jews might be upset. So what we're doing is, let's get on it because Kyrie is black. But if we went in a court of law and played every minute of that documentary and did see the anti-Semitic stuff in there, guess what? We would lose, because we do what we always do. We don't even try to go look at what the material is to see why it was problematic for Kyrie to post that. Then you say Amazon Prime. Why did they post it? Why did they put it up?
But Experience Liberia, if black people are upset.
Let me ask a question real quick, Brandon, right? if it's fake and allegory, right? Let's ask this question here. The so-called Jews, and I'm just getting on this because they say they come from the line of David. They say they're from the line of Judah, right? This is what they said. They say they can trace themselves back. How can they be from the line of Judah, but yet still be Ashkenazi and Sephardic? That doesn't follow the genealogy. If you so-called ascribe to that and you believe it, that doesn't make sense. Just hear me out. It doesn't make sense if you say you come from the line of Judah. But if you look at the line of Judah hails from Shem, which makes it Shemitic. But if you go and you look up Ham and Japheth, Japheth carries the Ashkenazi and the Sephardic. So how do you line up with the line of Judah?
Let me ask you this.
Ask the question.
Wait. So would you say that those people are Edomites, the ones claiming to be the real Jews, the white people? I'm asking you, experience Liberia.
I'm asking you a question.
Now I know, because I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question. But would you say that those people are the Edomites?
Brandon, how you gonna ask a question to answer a question?
No, I'm gonna answer this question. Would you say that those people are the Edomites? I'm asking you a question. Because what I'm gonna prove. Okay.
What I just asked.
Okay. I'm trying to tell.
Okay. If you subscribe to the story, right?
Yes. I'm subscribing to the story, but let me tell you why I don't subscribe to the story and why your question is totally ridiculous. Ham, Shem, and Japheth are all brothers. So when they have children, they will be all cousins. So how the hell can totally different groups of people come from people who are blood relatives? That means we are all blood relatives. White,
Jacob
black,
have I loved, and Esau have I hated.
Listen,
but wait, hold on, gentlemen.
I'm talking about science, truth that I love, common sense that I love. You can answer this, Go Block. How can me and my brother have children and those children wind up being two totally unrelated groups of people? If you have watched it.
Brandon, why is it so difficult for people to forget about all this other stuff about Jews, Native Americans, and understand that there is no concept of blackness that people are departing from? No, hold on, Brandon, because everybody, look, listen, hold on, wait, Brandon, let me tell you this. Everybody's upset. Wait, listen to this. They're upset that whatever's happening to Kyrie, right? If you don't have a central control that says, oh, we have this organization that's run by black people, that's staffed by black men and black women and black elders and black whatever community, whether it's local or regional, and everyone comes together and says, we align by this, and this is the movement, and these are the behavioral norms. If you don't have that, how can black people now, how can people say, oh, well, black people are not outraged at Kyrie? It doesn't exist because black people don't have anyone to tell them what to do.
Hey, Gas, let me ask you a question. If we all got one daddy, right, and we brothers, don't that mean all of our lineage goes back to the same place?
Yeah, of course, Brandon. But why are you going to Hebrews, man?
Can you let me put the nail in the coffin real quick?
White people is your blood relative, then, Brandon.
Hold on. Let Jughead go. Go ahead, Jughead. No, go ahead, Jughead.
But I don't believe the Bible.
Brandon, greetings, Dallas, greetings, Spiritual Librarian, greetings, customer, greetings, Government Africa, greetings, Theo. Yeah, greetings. I mean, this panel, man, it's on fire today. I came in late to this broadcast, but the topic we were talking was about Kyrie Irving. They were veered towards Hebrew Israelites. I don't know what's happened there, but why are we going to have a topic? Because we're talking about nation building and support. Now we're talking about spirituality. I'm not down with that. Spirituality, that's not my field. I'm in the science and nation building and business. So all this Hebrew is like business. I'm perplexed, really. You know,
that's just Brandon.
I'm just saying generally.
That's Brandon throwing a monkey wrench.
No, it's not just Brandon. It's all black people. Why are black people outraged if there's no central control? Like, I'm trying to understand this, and it's like it's easier to be outraged at whatever white people do, but no one's outraged that there's no control in the community. No one's outraged that you got millionaires being shot, you know, may they rest in peace, getting shot left and right. No one's outraged that you got a black bank in Chicago that's owned by a Ghanaian that no one has put any deposits in, right? This is what Garvey was trying to make happen. No one's outraged with this.
Gasma, let me ask you this. What's the central control in the white community?
Say that part again?
What's the central control in the white community?
White society. What do you mean? What's the central control?
No. What's the exclusive central control in the white community?
People, for example, they get their control from media. They get their control from their local
No,
organization.
central control.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The media and the country already functions for them. Black people cannot compare their lack of
So there's no
community.
divergence
Hold on,
amongst white people?
wait. There
Yeah,
is. Of course, it's regional. Of course, it's regional, but they still have an understanding that the white must stay on top. And so what I'm saying,
but you said
I'm
ethics and
because what you're
codes and
trying to do,
behavior.
you're trying to basically say because white people don't have it or
No,
allegedly
I'm
don't
not
have
saying
it,
that.
that
I'm
black
not saying
people
that. I'm
should,
just
that there's
saying
no
that.
example. I'm saying, listen,
Yeah.
look, if what you're trying to say is okay, then the question would be how is that working out? It's not working out. Like if doing what you're going along with the same old, not having control, whether it be even if it's not central, even if it because that's what I think has to happen. It has to become regionally based. That's why I always give the example. Dubois wrote the Philadelphia Negro because the Philadelphia Negro was different from the Galveston Negro, who is different from the Oklahoma Negro, who is different. They were not all the same. And this universalism of Negro identity is the problem. Because what black people in Texas or South Carolina might need politically and economically might differ from black people in California or differ from black people in Boston or Chicago. But the point is that blackness right now, the only cohesion is at the end of oppression. And that is the problem. So whenever we get oppressed, that's when the outrage, when we get shot, when we get killed, but every other outrage to bring things together and create real community, there's no outrage for that. And that's because there's no black male patriarchy. Black men had black male patriarchy in the 60s, but that's been done away with. That's been decimated. So it has to be brought back to the forefront. That's what I'm trying to say is like, look, forget Kyrie, forget all this other stuff about, oh, they kicked the black guy in the leg. Yes, we should be outraged by that. But until it has to be more, there has to be something more than just pay your taxes and own, property in an affluent neighborhood. Because again, I'm putting it out there because one, I'll tell you, Go Black, one, I'm a booty scratching tether. So I don't have any voice in this according to, the people who are African American, right? So the African American, I'm just putting it out there and say, hey, look. No, but I am a booty scratching African tether, right? I got to fix Nigeria. No, listen, I'll be honest. The energy, listen, the energy, Go Black, listen, Go Black. The energy I'm going to spend. And Go Black, the energy that I would spend to fix Go Black, listen, Go Black, listen. I'm not because I'm not arrogant enough to proffer solutions to people who have a brain just like I have a brain. That's one. But two, the energy I would spend, it would be an insult. I'm being honest. I'm not kissing ass, but I'm saying the truth. These are people who created, when you hear jazz, right? The complexities in jazz rivals that of ancient Egypt, rivals that of Benin, rivals that of old Zimbabwe. Well, black people were able to create in America under all that oppression from like the Harlem Renaissance is impeccable, is immaculate. So I'm not going to be arrogant enough as an African to be, I know what to tell black people to do. I'm only saying from the outside looking in, hey, look, this may work, creating stronger communities and local enclaves for people to depart from. But the truth of the matter is you're asking me, I can't. The energy, I got to take that energy and fix Nigeria. Right, I got to put that energy in my village. Listen, my village is under floodwater right now.
If you in America, you're part of America.
Do you say that to an Israeli?
You should be helping out with the problems.
Do you say that to an Israeli? Do you say that to a Russian?
See, there you go. You're trying to bring somebody else in. You're talking about Ghanaians up in Chicago got a bank.
Yes, there's a Ghanaian bank.
Why don't you open up an account?
I tried to go online. They don't have an online deposit. They don't have an online deposit. I tried.
Listen what I'm saying, brother. Listen what I'm saying. Just listen what I'm saying.
Okay.
You're playing both sides of the fence. You're living in America, but you're ignoring the issues that go on that you can help and contribute to.
But how do you know I'm not? How do you know I'm not?
No, you are not Nigerian. You are a human being first. Nigerian is nothing but a boundary.
Well, I'm not Nigerian. I'm Isoko, but I'm Isoko.
People. It's a people. No matter where you go, get in where you fit in at.
Yes, sir.
Build.
But how do you know I'm not doing that? Because I'm not, again, like I said, my personal has nothing to do. But I don't have, but I've told you, Go Black. Go Black. I've told you already. People are worried about instead of worrying about what fingers their dentist had or what hole their dentist had his finger in, or whether their wife is going to the gynecologist 3 times a month so she can get tickled because he's not tickling her. They should be worried about that. But instead they're worried about gas them up and what chicken or whether my grandmother's a babalawo or my uncle's a lesbian. It's silly.
Look, we're men right here at the table. We're men sitting right here at the table having conversations, and you've come to the table. You should be part of the building then. If not,
but I am building. But I am building. But I am building. I'm trying to. No. Time out. Go black. What you're saying. And again, I've already acknowledged that. But what I'm saying is that as an outsider looking in, I'm trying to get people away from the discourse of only
you are
trying to.
Outside, you're in America, brother. You're
listen,
not outside Nigeria. You're in America,
sir. First off, you don't know where I'm at because that would be scary if you have access to my VPN. But at the end of the day. The point is this: you don't know where I'm at, and if you know where I'm at, then that tells volumes about a lot of things. But at the end of the day, no. But what I'm saying is, I'm trying to understand.
Yeah. Let's move on. Jughead, then we're gonna close out. Go ahead, Jughead.
Thank you. Yeah. Gas them up.
Peace out, family.
Go black. I'll send you.
To another friend of mine, I said, "Look, I need to go on vacation somewhere. Where should I go?" He said, "Go to Africa." And not only am I going to go, I'm going to explore a new country. So I went to Tanzania, South Africa, Namibia, Mali, Senegal, Morocco, Liberia, Namibia, Kenya, the Voodoo Festival in Ouida, Gambia, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire. Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria. It's been a beautiful experience, just learning more about our culture, our indigenous culture. So Uhuru means freedom in Swahili. I'm in search of my roots. In finding that, I would experience my Uhuru, which is freedom.